was like, let me try and get creative. Okay, we are live.
I know I was about to ask you for some recommendations as well.
Oh, were you?
Even though I think we've already talked about it when I was looking for dystopian ones.
Oh. I only have one.
Yeah.
One that you haven't read, I think. Hello, everyone. If you're here, say hello. I'm just trying to get comfy in my chair.
Yeah. Hello, hello.
Welcome to our Throne of Glass live show for these two books. Heir, Fire, Empire Storms.
Queen of Shadows.
Yes. Heir, Fire, Queen of Shadows. I was watching a TikTok about Empire Storms before, so I was already on that book in my head.
You're already ready for the next month.
Yeah. I am very excited, though, because I definitely had thoughts rereading these two. I feel like, I know I said Heir, Fire was my favorite in the series, and it still is, but I realized it in my wrap-up, like, character-wise, like, character growth-wise, Heir, Fire is a favorite, because, like, there's so much with them. Queen of Shadows, though, with everyone, like, full cast.
Yeah.
Just always gets me.
Yep. I agree.
Hello, Casey. I'm here, but I'm so behind on the reread. That's okay. We'll be talking spoilers.
That's all right.
But, if you're rereading them, you probably already know all that happens. So I'm very excited to chat, though. I can't believe you finished these two books in like 3 days since I've talked to you.
Yeah. I did a whole like weekend reading vlog thing, like a chaotic weekend with me, and it's intense. I was like, this was a mistake.
Oh my gosh.
Putting them off till the end, but it's fine. It's fine.
You still gave them 5 stars though.
Yeah, I loved them, yeah.
Okay. Let us know in the comments if you've read first time, reread, what's your rating? We'll go ahead and jump in. Hello, welcome. I read this series for the first time this year. Ooh, yay, first time.
Nice.
Okay. What did you rate Heir, Fire? I guess we'll do Heir, Fire first. What did you rate Heir, Fire? Oh, I guess spoil away.
I originally gave Heir, Fire 4 stars, my first read, like 4 years ago, I think, when I read the series. Okay. But this time around, it went up. So like all my ratings are going up for the series. So I'm loving it.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
Yeah, I think Heir, Fire was a 5-star when I read it last year. Not last year. The like first time a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And it was a 5-star this time. I love the characters. I love even the other character point of views besides Rowan and Aelin that we get. I still found it like really, really intriguing. Heir, Fire was a 5 stars. Nice, yeah. It definitely was a little slow at the beginning with Aelin being like, pity me. Like, Aelin, shut up.
Yeah.
But I will say, we can finally say the name Aelin. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, like, we knew at the end of Crown of Midnight.
Or no, sorry. All these names now are going to get all mixed up. Crown of Midnight.
Yes. So we knew, but like, I don't know, with this series, it's kind of like a spoiler if you say her name or like put it together that like Selena is Aelin.
Yeah.
But with Heir, Fire, like she really dives into like who Selena is, who Aelin is, bridging that gap, becoming Queen Aelin, Ash River Calathinius, which I love.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like this was that book. How did we do it last time in our live show? Did we ask for both ratings, or we did one fully and then we dove into the next book?
Yeah, I think we did it that latter way.
One at a time?
Yeah.
Okay. So Heir, Fire, we literally pick up right after Queen of Shadows. We'll just dive into like the main points. We'll talk about those things. With Heir, Fire, we start off with Aelin in her, I forgot, is it Ilwe? I don't know how to pronounce this city that she's in, or the country that she's in. I'm trying to think.
Oh, at the beginning of Heir, Fire.
Yeah, where she gets sent by Elwen, Eyllwe. I'm pretty sure that's the.
I thought she was in Varese or whatever, the capital of Wendlin at the beginning.
Is that where she is? Where she sees her? Looking at the map.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know she's with wherever the Ash River line is. So Kale basically sends her to. Is it Wendlin? Oh my god. Okay. Oh, it is Wendlin. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Oh yeah. See, I even highlighted on my map for Air.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Anyway, so she's in the capital of Wendlin. She's with where the Ash River line is currently. She's supposed to assassinate. Is his name Gavin? I feel like it's Gavin.
Galen.
See, starts with a G.
Galen. All of their names are so similar in this, by the way, that I was getting them all mixed up of who I was talking about and thinking about.
Yeah, especially like the main people, I got hands down. But the people that like pop in for a second and then go out, I can't always keep up with them, even on a reread. So yeah, she's there. You see her, pity me, drinking wine, smelling like shit, going from roof to roof, like living like a hooligan, basically. And then you see that she is confronted with this very big Fey male, because their magic is present. Like when she goes there, magic is there, so she can feel it. And so she's definitely recognizes what we come to know. His name is Rowan. Rowan Whitethorn. My baby.
I love him.
Anyway, so you see him. He's like, hey, we gotta go. I'm taking you to see Queen Maeve, basically. She wants to see you. Let's go. And by this point, she's not Aelin. She has not recognized herself as Aelin. She's still Selena. She's still the champion's assassin. She's still going along with that plan. So she goes see Queen Maeve. Maeve is like, you want to come in? Well, I would say at first she's like, okay, I'll go see Queen Maeve because maybe she can give me answers on the word keys, which is she's trying to piece together based on what we saw in Crowd of Midnight and Dark Glass of Elena, giving her all these like cryptic clues, piecing things together, trying to figure out how the king made magic go away, like piecing all these things together. So that's why she's going to go hopefully get answers from Queen Maeve. Maeve is like, your mother has kept you away from me since you were born, Aelin. And she's like, my name is not Aelin. I'm like, you're Aelin. Okay. Anyway, so she's like trying really, really hard to not like, I don't know what the word is, but like, let that be like a identification of herself, if that makes sense. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to say it, but she's like truly right now, she's Selena. So,
yeah, she doesn't want to confront everything that the name Aelin has to do with like what happened to her in the past and like, what it means for the future, what she has to do.
Yes. And you see that kind of, I think that actually comes later. Oh my gosh. Macy just busted open my door. Miss I.
Oh, how is she, by the way?
Oh, she's fine now. She's totally fine.
Good. Okay.
She literally puked it up in one go.
That's good.
Thankfully. Whole ass cat toy, mouse cat toy.
Because I know my parents' dogs in the past, they've had to have like surgery to get it removed.
Yeah, that's what we were nervous of. So it happened, and Brad like the emergency vet just to see what they say.
That's like, good. Yeah.
Risk is moderate. You can come in, spend a couple $100 now, have her throw it up, or wait a couple days to see if it passes. If it doesn't, then you have to have surgery. I was like,
yeah.
No, thank you.
That's good then.
Yeah. Anyway, so Macy's fine. She's just very
okay.
So where was I in my story? Oh, goes to Queen Maeve. Queen Maeve's like, your mother hid you from me, and she's in her head thinking, okay, like my mom would have had a good reason to keep me from her. Like there's a reason why she didn't want me to see her. And she's like, oh, you want your questions answered? I'll answer them for you, no problem. But you have to master your magic. Then you can enter her kingdom, basically. And you see that they're kind of on like, I would call it like an outpost city. That's kind of how I see it. It's like outside of Queen Maeve's like kingdom in Wendlin. And then you see that like people who live there are like demi-fae. So they have fae qualities and they may have some magic, but it's not the same as like Rowan being full-blooded fae. So some people have the pointy ears, some people don't have the pointy ears, some people have long canines, some people don't. So it's like a way for people to like coexist there. And anyone who wants to go into Queen Maeve's kingdom has to be able to prove their magic and show what it is. So red flag there. Anyway, so she's like, fine, fuck it, I'll do it, whatever. And so her and Rowan decide, well, Rowan is tasked to train her. And you see that, I don't know if at this point you know he has a blood oath, but you find out, like, Queen Maeve tells him, like, this is what you have to do. Oh, Mochi's in here too. Lovely. Don't you bite my book.
All the pets.
Hi, Mochi baby. You gonna take a nap? She's curled up on my chair. She's taking a nap. Missy likes to nibble on everything. Don't nibble, Missy. Please. Sorry. So she's starting to train, and you see that her and Rowan exchange quite a bit of words right off the bat. And I always say this, like, literally the first time that Rowan meets Selena, Aelin, whatever you want to call it, he punches her in the face. And everyone's like, oh, how could he say that's a good thing? Like, I can't believe he did that. I'm like, she dead ass deserved it. Like, I want to see exactly what she says because I can't quote it. I did highlight it.
Yeah, I always remember that happening, but I thought it was about something else that is said, and I forgot, like, what actually has happened when they do that.
Yeah, no, she's oh, I think I passed it. It happens actually pretty early on.
Mm-hmm.
I should have bookmarked it, like tabbed it. Oh. There's a lot of parts where she's like, when she's in Wendell and she has what's the word? She has like times where the magic kind of like comes up in her and she like feels it. Oh,
I found it.
Yeah, I did. I have she deserves it 100%. I put that in my notes. No one can hear. Oh, because he says, just wait, Aelin. And she says, don't call me that. And he says, it's your name. I'm not going to call you anything different. He said, no one here. She says, no one here can know who I am. Do you understand? And he says, my aunt has given me a harder task than she realizes, I think. And I forget that they're like related, like 5 million times removed cousins, but it's funny. And he says, Fae like you make me understand, or no, she says, Fae like you make me understand the King of Otterland's actions a little bit more, I think. And that's when he immediately just like punches her in the face. And then he struck again. I mean, he could have done more damage. Like, he held himself back. And she's even asking, like, do it, keep going.
Oh yeah, God. They definitely like just push each other a lot. And like, we get why, like, as the book goes on, like, he has to push her to try to get those reactions from her and try to get her to access her powers and abilities. Like, he definitely pushes her boundaries, but I like how she like goes head to head with him all the time. Like, they constantly push each other and they're so similar of both like hating themselves so much and like things in their past, obviously. So it's super fun when they have those kind of like bantery moments and like the punch and like slapping and just like full on attacking each other.
Yeah, like, it's physical in like the not sexual way. Basically the whole chunk of this book. So we do get a lot of like, so we're going between like Aelin's point of view and then we go to Manon, which we'll definitely get to. But continuing on Aelin's and Rowan's story in like this sense is basically you have this whole, I say training montage, and I'm someone who I hate training montages, but this is a training montage of like not making her stronger physically or anything like that, but like finding that magic inside of her that she has not accessed since she was 8, like it's been 10 years or more. So he's trying to do all of these different things to make her mad, angry, scared, and he brings in other people that he meets. They meet at the keep, like one of the people that kind of befriends her. So you see, as this goes on, it finally does happen. Like, she's put in danger at some point. They called these skinwalkers, and which is like a whole other bigger plot point. But like, in that sense of her training is like things have come up. And then you see that Rowan is like, okay, she's not only capable of controlling her magic, but she is very capable of fighting and helping. And so when people start dying in a specific way, like they're drained of everything, as kind of at the same time she's really mastering her magic, like she's accessed it at that point and she's mastering it more so, he kind of is like, okay, she can help me, like we can work together in a way, and they start kind of getting close. And what I love about that point is we all know that Rowan and Aelin are like a couple at the end of Queen of Shadows, like they become a couple. But what I love in Heir of Fire is they really become friends, in the sense that they have that those like kindred spirit of they've both been through so much more than what a normal person in that span of their life. So like Aylin's 19, 20. She turns 20 at the keep. And then he is, I don't know, hundreds of years old. So like they've both gone through different things, but it's still like that trauma is still there. So they kind of bond over that without actually bonding. Like they don't really say a lot, but they can just sense that. So that's kind of where we are with Rowan and Aelin. And I think that's probably like for me, that's the reason why I love this book so much is like that, the growth that Aelin does to Selena to Aelin, because you see at the keep that final battle where the Val comes and the princes come and all of that stuff. It's really hard to like talk about the plot of this book because you get so many different things. But basically it ends with Aelin letting out her fire, killing these people. She finds out about how they're being controlled. They're being controlled by the ring or the collars. And you see that there's way more, like there's the King of Otterlin has way more than just what she thought. It's not just like he wants magic to go away. He's like part of this and controlling these people. And so after she kills them with her magic, her fire magic, that's like raging inferno type thing. And she was ready to die. And one part of that like gets me is like, his Padre comes because he puts out, he's like, okay, we can't evacuate the keep. Like we have to try and do whatever we can. So he calls them. He's like, I don't know if they're going to come, but like whatever. And Rowan tries to go to Aelin when she's outside the like magic protection type thing, the bubble. And he's just like, I could just see it in my head. He's like on the floor being like held down by them. Do you know what I mean? And he's just like trying to her. Oh my God. And it's not in like a romantic sense at this point, but it's like, I've spent my life with this person for the last couple of months, like training and knowing what it takes to access that magic and seeing her full potential, that she would risk burning out and killing herself for these people that she's come to love. And so I think like it's a lot of that. So yeah, Rowan and Aelin, that's where they kind of end a little bit. And that's where Queen of Shadows kind of starts, is like she's back in Otterlin. She doesn't have her magic anymore. She has to go back. She has to kind of like make this plan to try and, fool the king once again. Rowan has to stay. She's like, you're going to stay. Now, we do see at the end of it, she does go to Queen Maeve. She does get some answers. They're very vague answers. But she gets those answers, and you find out that this blood oath that Maeve has made not only Rowan take, but the cadre take. And when when Aelin doesn't answer her questions wholly about her power, because she wants to see how powerful she is, basically. Because Maeve has always known that she would be powerful between her father and her mother, but she's never been able to see that power. So she gets word key answers. They're very vague. Maeve sees her power. She kind of lies to Queen Maeve, and Rowan gets whipped in the back. And she loses it. Aelin loses it. Obviously, because we know she was previously, that's happened to her at the slave encampments and stuff like that. And
they're doing it with the iron spikes or whatever to like really.
Yes. So it's even like he just doesn't say a word. He just takes it like this is who could tell this is a common thing. Like the guys doing it to him, they don't have a control. They're all blood oath to her. So like whatever she says goes. So she's like, I'll do whatever you want. Just stop. Basically, she shows. Well, I think she like lets the whole kingdom on fire. Like it's made of stone, so it can't technically burn to the ground, but she can kill everyone in there. And Maeve is like, holy shit. Like she really sees her power. And Maeve is like, okay, here, what do you want? Here's a ring that belonged to her lover, which I totally forgot about that plot point where like he finds the sword and throws her the ring. And I forgot that comes up, but that was like her lover's long lost lover that passed away, his ring. So basically Queen Maeve lets Rowan go from the blood oath, and he decides to take the blood oath to Aelin. That's more of like, I forgot what it's called. Do you remember what it's called?
The they're talking about the other like something word, the one with the C. Is that one or a different word?
No, it's like the blood oath that her cousin wants to take in Queen.
Oh yeah.
I forgot what it's called, but it's a blood oath, but it's called,
I think it's just yeah.
They call it something else, but it's basically he's just pledging his allegiance to Aelin. I mean, that's not like a question. He would have done that anyway without the blood oath. She basically says, stay here, Wendelin. I'll call you when I'm ready. Like you can't use your magic, you can't mask your magic. You literally look like fucking Faye Male. You can't come over there. So, so that's kind of where Aelin and Rowan's story ends in Heir of Fire. It was a lot. It was a lot. Oh, hello, Monica.
Hey, Monica.
Rowan made me so mad this book, but I saw the potential. Yeah. I mean, Rowan is not a likable character. I mean, to be fair, Selena and Aelin aren't really, well, Selena / Aelin.
Yeah.
They're not likable characters. Like, sometimes you want to punch Aelin in the face like Rowan did. Like, sometimes she's very frustrating at times. And Rowan is very frustrating at times. But I think that's why they're so similar in that way, and they do get along. So, yeah. I don't think I missed any big plot points with Heir of Fire with Aelin and Rowan.
I don't think so. Or we might like think of stuff as we talk about the other ones too. With the other characters.
So
there's
then
just like so much.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So then we go to, how about we do Dorian and Chaol, the bromance.
Yeah.
What they're doing.
The besties.
The besties who are mad at each other. So they have spent most of this book just being pissed off at each other because, well, you find out at the end of Crown of Midnight, Chaol knows who Selena is. No, it's Aelin. He's like, oh, fuck, what did I just do? Like, did I really just do this? So you see that he's kind of now spending this time trying to like gather bits and pieces. They're kind of all of them across all, well, kind of both of these books, but mostly in Heir of Fire. Individually, Dorian, Chaol, Selena, Rowan, Manon, like as we expand, every single character is trying to like get little pieces. Like they all have this overarching plot of trying to figure out the King of Otterland, how he made magic go away 10 years ago. Like what is this? Obviously the word keys are important. Now you have these black rings that can seem like they're like the King of Otterland is controlling them. They have the collars and stuff like that. So you see in Heir of Fire, Chaol's piecing things together in his own way from the castle. And then you see Dorian, my baby Dorian. Oh my God, I love him so freaking much. He is also trying to piece things together, but he's also trying to just like move on. Like Selena's not there. That was his like really good friend. You know, they had a kind of love interest thing, but they're friends at the end of the day. And, you know, he's mad that Chaol sent her away without letting him say goodbye, basically. And so you see that he finds another lover, which is a healer. I forgot her name. Sorsha.
Sorsha?
Sorsha.
Yeah.
You see that she had seen Dorian and Chaol previously with Aelin, well, Selena, where she saw Dorian's magic come out when he pushed Chaol away, when Aelin almost killed him. And she never said anything. And so he's like, why haven't you said anything? Like, what's been going on? And she's just like, it's not my place, like, whatever. And I was like, okay, you're a little fishy. But basically they have this like really natural friends to lovers, cutesy. They, you know, puppy love. That's kind of how I see it. But you also see that Dorian's trying to master his magic and keep it a secret because clearly it's coming out. And Sorsha helps him with that, gives him ales, like little potions. They kind of figure it out. Iron is like how you can mask it because they use iron in like for chains for Fae. So they're trying to figure that out. So basically that's really the biggest storyline with Dorian and Chaol. They basically spend most of the book going back and forth of like, I'm mad at you. I'm also mad at you. Nah. But I also still love you because you're my brother. And then we see, unfortunately, at the end of this book, where, we're actually introduced to Adian.
Yeah.
I forgot in this book. So Adian, you find, is Adian Ash River. He's not a Galathinius, but he's an Ash River. So he's cousins to Aelin. So his father.
He doesn't know his father in this book.
He doesn't know his father.
His mom, their moms were related.
Yes, their moms are related. So they kind of spent time growing up together. Adian, you know, has thought that Aelin is completely, you know, she died at the same time as like everyone else in Terrasen. So he's just been kind of living in this kind of in between. Like people think, well, Aelin finds out and she thinks that Adian is basically a traitor to Terrasen because he's working under the King of Otterland and he has this black ring on his finger. And Dorian or Chaol sees that and is immediately like, something's up. These black rings mean something. And you find out throughout Chaol and Adian having these interactions where he's trying to piece things together. Adian knows a shit ton of stuff. So he's been like a captain of his own like group of men, like a big group of men, like army basically. I forgot what he calls it.
He's the general of the North.
Yes. He calls his like crew, like the guys.
Oh yeah, like a name. Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but anyway, he's like, my crew is waiting here. They're waiting to come to the King of Otterlin, or like into Otterlin. I'm, telling them what they can do. So he spends a couple of times with Chaol. Chaol's tracking him down, trying to figure out what he's doing. Basically, Adian's working with the rebellion. Hence, while all this stuff is happening, Chaol kind of enters the rebellion as well, trying to piece together, once again, how is magic? What is happening? The ring that Adian wears comes out to be nothing. It's a fake. He knew. He still has magic in himself. He's one of those Fae that has a little bit of magic, but he has those Fae instincts still. So while his magic doesn't work in Otterlin, he still has those like Fae instincts. He can smell a little bit, like those kind of like little things.
He sensed it was like off immediately.
Yeah, so he was like, okay, something's off about this. I don't like it. So he's basically playing both sides. He's playing the King of Otterlin, playing along. It's like, what is he going to do? Him and his people are going to take over and kill the King of Otterlin, who has magic and stuff. That's not possible. So basically, he's trying to build up this rebellion to take them over. And so Chaol joins forces. He figures out Adian's Aelin's cousin. He tells, at one point when they're trading information, it's very sneaky, type of a thing. He says, Aelin's alive, but I'm not going to tell anyone else but you. And so Adian's like, okay, my cousin's alive. Queen of Terrasen's alive. We have hope. Like, we have to give these rebellion people something of hope, because it's like rumors that she's still alive, but no one's actually seen her. Because clearly they don't know who it is. Maybe they have seen her, but they don't know.
Well, and he doesn't believe it at first either. He's like, I want to see her with my own eyes. Like, I'm not going to have any hope until I see her.
Yes.
They were kind of like raised as like siblings, as like the vibe they give to each other.
Yes, they were really close. Like, I think we learn in Queen of Shadows, but you find out, or maybe it's at the end of Heir of Fire, when she's like going through, the Valg have her in the black, and she's like going through her memories. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I like how Sarah did that, where she like didn't tell us all about Aelin's backstory, but it was brought up in a way that like she's reliving these memories that she doesn't want to live. And I think that's where you find out that like Adian's mom took her away while
Elid's mom.
Oh, Elid's mom. That's right. Oh my gosh. Yes, Elid. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many characters like that expands in these two books. It's a lot, and this is just like on a reread that we're still like trying to grasp all the characters. But Elid's mom is her protector, but you see also too that like Adian always thought that she died because Elid's mom died. They couldn't find her body. People were still after her. You did find out it's the King of Otterlin that came and kind of like toyed with her mind a little bit when she was young. You also see that Adian was her like protector when they were, I think he's 2 years older than her. So like he was her protector for a time, and they hung around. They trained a little bit together, which is like super cute and everything. So yeah, we do get those glimpses. So I don't think at the end of Heir of Fire, he's imprisoned, right? Like he is found out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then at the end with Chaol, Dorian, Adian, they think they have this plan all kind of figured out. And the King of Otterlin is actually not stupid, which I actually kind of like. People who are like, oh my god, he's so smart. But I'm like, he's the King of Otterlin. Like, he's made magic go away. He's not dumb. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he has like a lot behind his, behind his reasoning. So see that they're all brought in. Basically, Adian takes the fall. It's like, I did all this. I'm at fault for the rebellion, all this, like lying to you. So they take him and put him in the dungeon. And so then you see Chaol and Dorian's there. Chaol's like, doesn't he say like, don't leave Dorian alone, like it's fine?
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to hide his magic still. Then they bring out Sorsha. And you find out that Sorsha has actually been giving the rebellion I think his name is Ren. Adian's like one of his right hand,
like second hand or whatever. Yeah,
like part of the rebellion. He went off to Terrasen at the end of Heir of Fire, or in Queen of Shadows, he goes off to Terrasen. But you see that she's been sending letters to him about Dorian, his magic, stuff like this. And the King of Otterlin's like, oh, your magic has, now come up. Thankfully, I'm so happy. Let's put a collar on you. And so to do that, I'm trying to like, how do I want to talk? To do that, basically they behead Sorsha. Which I knew that was coming, but like they do that. Dorian is distraught beyond belief, like crawling to her in her blood. And while that's happening, he like gets collared. And so he has this black collar, which is how the King of Otterland controls people. So it's like in the collars, it's a prince that lives inside of, like, it's like another, it's a demon. They're demons that they inhabit your body, and then over time they kind of like take over your mind. So that's the same people that Aelin fought at the end of Heir of Fire. So there's like parallels between that, of like at the same time that's happened with Dorian and Chaol, or Dorian, she's defeating and trying and seeing how those collars work, and that there is still someone underneath it once you kill the prince and take the collar off. But that person is not really a person anymore and is like begging to die. And so she kills him. So she gets a little piece of information about the collars, what they do. Same time Dorian is being collared. And then he tells, before he's collared, he tells Chaol to run. So now Chaol is a deserter. He's not captain of the guard. He was supposed to go back home. You see that he had like 3 weeks to go back to his dad, who's an asshole. And so I think that brings us to Manon's story. Right? Unless I... Whew! 30 minutes in. Okay. Manon. Oh, Manon. Manon Blackbeak is the leader of the 13. The 13 are witches. They don't have magic, but you see that they come from what is called the Wasteland. There's 3 different main clans. They have the Blackbeaks, the Iron Teeth, and the Yellowlegs. Yes. So we did hear about Baba Yellowlegs and Queen Crown of Midnight, which Aelin has killed her, which does come up later. I forgot about that. And then we have the Blackbeaks, who is Manon. Now, Manon's grandmother is technically the leader of the Black clan, but Manon is in charge of the 13, which is like when they would fly together and when there was magic, like they're very tight-knit. This is the best way I can describe Manon is she's on the cover of my Queen of Shadows. So she has white hair. Yeah. She is like these yellow golden eyes. She has like talons for nails. She has teeth that come down. She's like a creature, like a witch, but she not shapeshift, because like the things that come over her eyes, it's like they've evolved to add like just more than just like witches. And so her 13, there's like ranks, there's seconds, there's third. Astrid is her second. Her third is, forgot her third's name. And then you see the 13, they kind of fall in line. They're like all women, all amazing clan. You see that they have been told by the clan leaders that they are to go to Morath, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. And Morath is where it's like in between all these mountains. That's how I picture it. Like there's it's mountains. It's not like livable. But basically the King of Otterland makes a deal with the clan leaders to basically say, all your clan people, so the 13 plus the Yellowlegs plus the Iron Teeth, they all go down, and they're going to learn to fly on wyverns.
Yeah. That he's created.
Yeah, he has created and we don't really know how yet. Like, you just know that they're alive. And so basically this time where you get to know like the 13, how the ranks are at this point. Like you're really introduced to Manon. This is the first time you've ever heard about Manon and the Blackbeak clan.
Yeah, I was trying to think of that. Did we hear about her at all in Crown of Midnight or no?
Blade, we heard about her.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, and then we hear about Baba Yellowlegs and Queen of Crown of Midnight. So that's like all you know. But witches don't have magic anymore. But they're ruthless. They all are women. They can take. They're only women. There's no men, but they can take out like the weakest. It's like how I picture wolves, how they can just take out the weakest link immediately. Like there is no hard feelings at all. If someone crosses you, like you're done. They're very brutal. Just like very powerful women, like to their core, really powerful. It's like, I love them so much. Anyway, so you see that they're learning how to fly. They have to, learn about them. You see that there are ones that they're used as bait for the bigger ones. And there's so many witches there. There's like hundreds of witches at this point that need their wyverns. I always say that wrong, but you see that they get to choose basically, and Manon gets to choose hers, and she goes after the biggest one. She says, "This is going to be mine. I want it." And while that's happening, you see that the bait that is being used is what is actually her wyvern. His name is Abraxos.
Yep.
And you see that he fights back against this big, like 3 times his size. Like he is not supposed to live. Like bait are just used literally to just bait the other wyverns so they don't go after the handlers. Then you see one of the other one of the other clans push Manon into the pit. And this is where they kind of battle it out with this big, he has a name, I can't remember, like the big wyvern, Abraxos.
Yeah.
It's not really Abraxos yet. Manon names him after, and then Manon. And you see that she lets Abraxos go. Abraxos literally takes on this 3 times his size wyvern, and she's like, Abraxos is mine. Now, Abraxos doesn't have any barbs on his tail because they've been cut off because he's been used as bait. You see that I don't think he has any teeth. They've all rotted out. He has scars all over him. Like, he is literally like the weakest of all of them. And so everyone's questioning on, like, you are the most powerful Blackbeak person, like Blackbeak witch. Why are you choosing this? So you come to find out it's more of like kindred spirits with her and Abraxos, which is, I love them together. And she basically turns him into an Iron Teeth witch. Gives him iron teeth, gives him what the same things of her claws is used as on his tail, so he has those barbs.
Yeah, spikes. Yep,
she goes to barter with other
the spiders.
Yeah, for like the silk that they use to fix his wings, because his wings have holes. And it takes time for her to learn how to fly him, but he does. Abraxos is a big old puppy dog who loves to smell flowers and roll around in fields, but he is such a badass. I love him so much. Oh my god, he's so cute.
Have you ever watched How to Train Your Dragon?
I know, but I know the clips of like
those comparisons always get me of like Hiccup and Toothless. Like that whole thing reminds me of them, and like he's injured too and has to be fixed up.
We called Lucy when she was a baby, we called her Toothless because she was like super black. Like her coat was really, really black.
Yeah.
And all you could see was her, like, little teeth.
Yeah.
Teeth. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But yes, that's exactly, he loves to roll around in the fields. He loves to smell flowers. So basically Manon takes him as her wyvern, even though everyone is questioning. There is something that happens when there is another witch, and I don't remember the person that they held captive, and Manon has to kill that witch in front of everyone, and she's telling I don't know what clan. Oh, it's the ones that they're hunting, the coven of witches that they've been hunting and killing.
It's not one of the Yellow Legs?
No, it's where she gets the red cloak from.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah.
Cochrane witches, that's what they're
yeah.
So yeah, the Cochrane witches, something that whole other thing, but they're basically, all the clans are fighting to kill the Cochranes because they're the ones that apparently have placed the spell, or like they call it something else, but they can't go back to their home until this curse is ended.
There's like a curse or whatever, right?
Yes, it's curse. That's the word I was like trying to think of. So yep, all the witches now have wyverns. She's supposed to kill this Cochrane witch after everything, and the witch is like, going off about everything, like, you need to ask your grandmother these things, like, you were made like this, blah 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 blah. And it's just getting Manon like thinking, like, am I blindly following my grandmother, or am I my own person? Like, am I my own leader of the Blackbeak clan, basically, like at the 13? So I don't know where we end with Manon and Heir of Fire. Isn't it that they're told they're waiting to go to the next place where they meet a lead in Queen of Shadows, right? I should have known. I forgot where it ends.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I'm trying to remember when they go over there, because they have to go work with the Duke of Carrington and Caltaine. Yeah, they have to go meet them for like their next mission.
Oh,
yeah, because they were having their like war games between the different witch clans, like in this one when.
Yes. Oh, that's when she goes to Morath. The Duke is in Morath. That's where it is.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's where they end. Her grandmother's like, you need to go. And she's asking her grandmother a lot of questions. And so like basically they leave to go there, and the 13 follow, and once all of this is done, then she can go home, and that's kind of like where it happens. But there is this, okay, you might know the answer to this. I have a question. On chapter 67, it doesn't actually tell who this POV is, and I don't know if this is Harlan, but he pulls out a lovely blade, an eagle pommel glinting in the first light of dawn.
It's Kale.
Huh?
It's Kale.
Oh, is it? Okay, I was like, who the?
Yeah, that's his sword.
Oh, the eagle
as
is
captain. So he's getting rid of his captain of the guard, putting that life of him being for the king's
got
guard
it.
behind him, and he's done with it. Yeah.
Got it. Now, I will say I highlighted this. I accidentally flipped to this page, but going back to Rowan and Aelin in this, that's when we get the to whatever end quote. So
oh yeah.
always say that to each other, and it's actually when they say it to each other, it is in a friendship way, which I love because at first I thought it came up in Queen of Shadows when they're finally together, but they come up with that to whatever end. You know, like I think she says it to him first. And then when he's taking the blood oath, he said, I claim you too, Aelin Galathinius, because she says to Rowan, right, Whitethorn, like way, way, way before. But one thing I did forget about Aelin and what's his face? Rowan, they get the Orinth, Amulet of Orinth.
Uh-huh.
And that is apparently a family heirloom that her mother and father have. That's kind of like what they traded. So Maeve gave her the Orinth, and then she gave Maeve the ring. And you find out that in that there is a word key that her father has been wearing.
Well, that's what she's trying to get from Arabin, right? In Queen of Shadows, he has it. Is that the necklace that she was wearing when she was? Yeah. So she tries to get that from Arabin in Queen of Shadows.
Wait, why did I see that in Heir of Fire though? What was that then? God, the amount of freaking highlights I have now.
I know. Let's see.
Maybe I was not.
Because in this one, Maeve wants that ring
Yes.
from Athriel, like her former lover and all that. Yes. Let's see, what do they get from her?
I thought it was the... She looked at the amulet, then her mother eyes wide, the amulet of Orinth. Oh, this was like a vision she has.
Oh, yeah.
She gives it to her and she loses it in the river.
That's what she gives Maeve that vision that she got from like a Valg or whatever the thing that she fought, the demon thing. Yeah, to show her that like she is going to be wearing that in the end and like has all this power to kind of like spook out
that's
Maeve.
What it was.
Yeah.
So I don't think Aelin gave Maeve anything. Aelin got Rowan. that was.
They give her the ring, right?
Yeah, in exchange for Rowan being broken from the blood oath. So
yeah, and then the ring comes back into play in Queen of Shadows.
Yes, but
and that's kind of where.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, but that like Amulet of Orinth thing, that's the thing that at the end of Heir of Fire, she's setting off to go back to Arabin, her former whatever he is guy, to try to get it back, because she's like, the last time I had it was when I fell in the river as a kid. He rescued me. Where is it?
Yeah. And she has a feeling that could lead her to the third word key, because Maeve says there's two, but there is three, and I don't know where the third one is. But this is interesting because this is something that I highlighted. We figure out Brannon was not royal born, and the thing that he has on his forehead is like a bastard born.
Yeah, like a nameless thing or whatever.
Yes, and so Aelin has that now. So you find out that Elena was married to... Was it Brannon? It was not Brannon.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Brannon?
Yeah, weren't they? Yeah.
Was that her dad? Yes.
Whose dad?
Aelin. Sorry.
Oh, no, not Aelin's dad. No. These are like generations past of theirs. Brannon was with Mala or whatever, the Firebringer, right?
Oh, yes.
And then that's one of them. Yeah.
Okay. I need
and Elena, the like ghost force, whatever she was, goddess thing, like she was in their line as well. And it's also related.
Gavin? She was married to Gavin?
Yeah. There's like so many G names, E names, A names, M's. Yeah. So she's in their line. So
you find out too that Maeve tells her that Brannon technically didn't have any power. So basically her power is not Brandon's power, it's Mala's power. And Mala is one of Maeve's sisters. So we have Mab with a B.
Mab. Yeah.
Maeve.
Mala. Mm-hmm.
Two decided to become human to stay with their quote unquote lovers.
Human lovers, yeah.
Maeve is the only one that's still alive. So, I think Rowan descends from
Mab. Mm-hmm.
Aelin descends from Mala, because Brandon and Mala were together, and then that's her line. So that's how they're related. And like this is like generational things. So everyone's like, oh yeah, that was her. That was her cousin.
Well, even Dorian's related in there too as like the Havilards or whatever, because that's Elena and Gavin, right? Was his line later on down the line. Down all the lines.
I need a family tree. So anyway, so we get to learn a little bit more of the lore. And what I love about the first two books, like Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight, definitely is like a good introduction. You get to know who Selena is. You get a little peek of King of Adarlan itself, her being an assassin, going on these like cool adventures a little bit. And then in Heir of Fire and Queen of Shadows, the world magic lore expands.
Yes, it's my favorite parts.
Yes. So in Heir of Fire, there was a lot of things we found out. How like magic, King of Adarlan shut it down with word keys. We kind of figure out a little bit in Crown of Midnight and stuff, and how like who the Vogue are. You see that the Wyverns and the 13, they're coming into play for something that's bigger later down the line. You see that Rowan and Aelin has her powers. She can do that. Her and Rowan are together. Basically, her task is to basically build up the court of Terrasen again, like have a rebirth of Terrasen, because basically she is one of the only people that can bring down King of Adarlan. Maeve has no care in the world. She's not going to go into Adarlan to try and take him down. She has magic where she is. Her kingdom is locked down. She could care less. You see that there is other political things that could come up, that definitely come up in Queen of Shadows. We get to expand into more of the southern territories and like islands and stuff like that. So it really does expand. Now, this lineage of Brandon and Mala starting this line of Galathini Ashford, or Galathinius line, whatever you want to call it, the Havilards, they become important in the Sarah J. Maasverse.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'll say.
Definitely.
So that's why it's so important on these like little things that are mentioned, is that like, yes, the story of Aelin and Rowan, and we've like done that, but it's the little things that like that have come up, like Brandon being mentioned. Who is Brandon? Word keys. What the fuck is a word key? Like, those are little things that have come up in other books in the Sarah J. Maasverse. Mm-hmm. Does it mean anything? Sometimes we don't know. we don't know. Like, sometimes it's like, oh, this could be related. Like, I think there was some lady in Heir of Fire that is mentioned, because I made note. It's when they're talking about Maeve. Not Maeve. They're talking about someone who has come to the outpost before, and that she had raw magic. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not yet. I don't know.
Hang on. I gotta find it. I made a little note. Also, you know how Rowan and Rowan and Aelin can talk in their minds, or they have those like mind conversations of Heir of Fire. Were they actually talking in their minds?
Well, that's the thing. So like at first, Aelin doesn't think so. And she's like, it's almost like I can see him saying this. And like, I almost think he's saying this. But as it goes on, you realize, no, they are communicating, because he'll answer her out loud for some of the things they've been talking about. So they definitely are.
From that. Okay. Oh, I thought it was just a look like they just know each other. But I'm like,
no, it starts out as that. And like, yeah, she'll be like, oh, you can totally tell the look on his face. He's going to say this, or he would say this to me. But then as it goes on, and then especially in Queen of Shadows, no, they're definitely.
Yeah, in Queen of Shadows, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I said, fuck, Rowan is harsh. True tough love.
Doing what?
He says, you're worthless. She said, tell me something I
don't.
Oh,
yeah.
He said, you would have probably been more useful to the world if you actually died 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, I'm leaving.
I know.
Okay, so there's a couple of things. These skinwalkers.
But she can, like, take all that from him.
Oh, yeah.
She can take it, yeah.
It's anything. Okay, so he's basically voicing out loud what she has told herself. So it is nothing new to her. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is when she's in the cave. These are things that I want to point out, because I could be. Okay. 3 tall, lanky silhouettes lurked in front of her cave. Though they stood like humans, she knew deep in her bones from some collective mortal memory that they were not. They are not Fae either. With expert quiet, she took another step and another, and still poking around the cave entrance, taller than man, neither male nor female. And then Rowan says, skinwalkers on the prowl. searching for human pelts to bring back to their caves. So she's assuming that they're skinwalkers. Now, do you think that is related to maybe the bone carver?
There's a lot of things I think that I don't know if I can get into.
So we need to keep like notes about this shit because like there's 3: the library, the bone carver. There's one more in that series.
Are you talking about the bone carver and his siblings?
Yes, like the thing that lives in the library.
That's not. No, he's the bone carver's related to the like witch in the hut in Akamath, that with the hair, and then he has his brother Koshi or whatever, and he is like locked beneath a lake.
That's what it is. Okay. Do you think?
And there is a lake scene here.
Do you think that these skinwalkers, what they call skinwalkers, because there's not male or female, the bone carver doesn't have a name. Well, Sarah in an interview called it a she, and everyone like lost their shit because they were like, "She's a she? What?"
Yeah.
So, like, do you think that could be something?
Yeah. I don't know how much stuff we want to get into of.
I know. I'm trying not to be like super spoilery, but those are just like some things that like rereading this, I'm like, okay, this could be it. And I'm trying to find the passage because the little kid says it, I think. Oh my gosh. Not little kid.
Are you talking about when the like kid who works at the thing that Rowan puts out on that lake and just testing her?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to find the quote because I did highlight it and I marked it in the margins. I'm like trying to. Fuck! Anyway, he basically describes her as having a very beautiful woman, but she has raw magic. And that they could feel it. Okay, I found it. It's at the beginning. Okay. He says, we did have a female wanderer in with raw magic 2 years ago. She could do anything she wanted, summon any element, and she was here a week before Maeve called her to Dornell, and we never heard from her again. A shame, she was so pretty, but it's the same here as it is everywhere else. A few people with pathetic traces of elemental powers that are only really fun for farmers. Do you have an idea of who that could be?
I'm trying to look at which passage that was too. Because I've highlighted a lot in here.
Offhanded one. Like he does not mention this anymore. He goes into a different story. He's just like rambling.
Let me see. Okay, yeah. 2 years ago. So I think it could either be a total random person, which like is just showing Maeve's like collecting these people with powers. I think it could also be, I'm trying to think if we've learned this yet. In Queen of Shadows, we definitely have. It could be Kaltain. She's super pretty. She controls elements and has that strong raw magic in her already.
I did not even think about that.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if she was like free and able to like be walking around because I thought she's like a lady of something, but like it could be her.
Okay. I thought it was Amryn or more.
Oh.
But more Amryn because she has the raw magic.
From the other series you're talking about? Oh, okay.
Because they did say previously that she comes from another world.
Oh, yeah.
So that's just like my first thought of like, oh.
Yeah.
Because the body that she had, okay.
Yeah, that she takes, yeah.
Yes. Anyway, okay, so then the next chapter in chapter 12, the last of the Rune Mountains is where the Blackbeak clan is going. So the Rune Mountains are on the map, like you can see it. That name Rune comes into play into another series. It's spelled differently. Has an extra. But I thought that was
one less, yeah.
And we know that there's crossover at some point.
Yeah, we do.
So that's why I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah.
I think that's all like the main things I had in my notes from Heir Fire that I can think of. Feel free to add any though.
I don't know how much to say.
Okay.
especially with other series, because like
Yeah, no, I'm
I
being
don't
very
know,
vague.
like assuming if people have read them or not, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just making sure. I
I
didn't
would
have
just say it's definitely important to read all of her
yes.
stuff because
And
yeah,
someone
because
asked,
reasons.
yeah, someone asked, like, do you have to read them in order? Do you have to read one before the other? And the best thing is, like, the one thing I say is, like, you never
Mhm.
know with Sarah. It's like, okay, it's not like this story matters to the next story in the way of, like, overarching plot, but it's little
For
things,
which series?
all of them.
Oh, any of them. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's not like you have to read one before the other. Like, I'm just reading Throne of Glass because that came first. Like, she published it first, and then Ektar, and then Crescent City. But there are little things that come up in this Sarah world, like in the Sarah J. Maas universe, like a name, like this vague woman that's mentioned that you never know when she
Yeah.
writes
Well, like
books.
books, weapons, the idea of
Yes.
worlds, and like, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I would say Throne of Glass, ACOTAR, those two series, you can read those in either order. I would not recommend somebody picking up. I mean, I guess you could read Crescent City on its own, but like that series, I feel like has to come after one of the other two because of things that are happening in that series. That series pulls back to both of these series,
Yes.
like
So I read
confirmed.
Crescent City 1 before I read Throne of Glass because it came out.
Okay.
People were like, oh, you should.
Yeah.
I read ACOTAR, and they were like, oh, you should read Crescent City.
Oh, I did too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So then going back, I was like, there's a word
Yeah.
key. What the fuck is a word key?
Well, even like in Heir of Fire, like with Aelin and Rowan's trying to find her well where it ends, the magic, you know? So like yeah, I read ACOTAR and then Crescent City as they were coming out and then went back to Throne of Glass when I think
Oh.
when like Crescent City after 1 or 2, I think. And then I went back and read Throne of Glass for the first time. And that's immediately I was like, oh, you are interested over here. This is happening. So like, yeah.
Like I can pick up just an Heir of Fire. I've picked up 3 things that relate to that series that I can think of right off the bat. Like just an Heir of Fire. And we haven't even gotten to the bulk of like a lot more fantasy and all this stuff. So I would say like this, the Fae, the way Fae look, that's like any romantasy reader. Like Fae are also described as like pointy ears. They have more powers. They have like
yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, like that's
yeah,
just
yeah.
that's nothing. Like Fae is just
yeah.
Fae, you know what I mean? And so in Crescent City there's Fae, in ACOTAR there's Fae, but it's not necessarily like the same Fae, if that makes sense. Like I mean, could be. One thing I haven't picked up is anything about Manon and the Blackbeak and the witches. I don't think I have pieced anything together.
For them for other stuff?
Yeah. Other than that fucking Walking Dead book that keeps coming up, and I know that's important.
yeah. That's made appearances in multiple places.
Yes. So anyway, an hour in, that is Heir of Fire. Okay. These live shows are just going to get longer and longer and longer, guys.
Yeah.
So just hold on.
I will say though, like if people are just picking up the series and just reading them for like a fun time or just like, I don't even know if it's like low stakes reading like fantasy romance where you're not like trying to investigate and piece things together. Like you could read them obviously in any order and have a good time. But I think if you want that like extra layer of experience of like, you know, doing that type of detective work, like it's definitely important to read certain ones in a certain way, I'd say.
Yes. So like I read ACOTAR, Crescent City 1, Throne of Glass, then Crescent City 2, Crescent City 3. And then I've reread ACOTAR and stuff like that. So it's mostly because like I was a baby fantasy romance reader, and I would half the shit in Throne of Glass I did not pick up the first time, just with the magic and the lore. Like it's just a lot. It's a heavy fantasy series, I would say, especially going into these books. But I love piecing together, especially because I love all of these characters. Like I would say I even love Chaol. Like he's fine right now. And
he's grown on you?
A little bit. Like I get where he's coming from. I get his character. Like he's fine. He's a human. That's all I'll say. But just seeing that as an author, like seeing how she can do this, that's interesting to me, and that's why I'm doing it. I also do it with Lady of Darkness series by Melissa K. Rourke and her Legacy series. It's the same thing. I would love to reread and like piece things together. So it's just like when you're a fan of a series, you piece those extra things together. So that's why I'm like talking about more generally about the story, and then going into those deep dive things that like us as fans are trying to put together. So
yeah.
Okay.
She's one of those authors that I think is very deliberate with what she writes and says. Like if something is mentioned a certain way, a person's described a certain way, like she's one of those authors you really have to pay attention to everything she's saying, because it's going to mean something, come up later, like super deliberate with her writing. So that's why I like to read hers first, like ebook, so I can like just pick up everything and not miss anything like in an audio or anything. And then I do audios like for rereads.
Yep. See, I picked up the whole like, oh, there was a lady here. She had raw magic. Why would you say raw magic? 2 years ago, she was pretty, and then move on. Miss Sarah J. Maas does not just do things like she doesn't just offhandedly do that. Like there is a reason. So I do think she's in I would love to be in her brain, honestly. Okay.
Yeah.
This one I might need a little help with. So, because I read this like 2 weeks ago, I finished this one, Queen of Shadows, and I know you literally just finished this one. So, Queen of Shadows, Manon Blackbeak is. Do we start with her? No, we start with Aelin Ash River Galathinius, heir of fire, beloved of Mallow Lightbringer, and rightful Queen of Terrasen. That's how we start this book.
Her whole name.
Her whole last name, and then they do it to Manon too later on. First chapter. So my biggest thing. Oh my god, I forgot the 13 on the back.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Obviously, that's Astrid. I was piecing them together. I was reading it because they have the twins up here. Yeah, I love piecing them together. Anyway, so actually in this book, Dorian, I feel like he is a very interesting character, and you see him basically in chapter 1. He has the collar on. You see that he is there, but he's not there. You see times where the prince will like take over and do things that he would never actually do. And he is like, he has different mannerisms. And like when Chaol sees him, even though he's Chaol's like a rebel, like part of the rebellion now, he's desert or whatever, you see that he catches on Dorian's mannerisms. And I think that's important to differentiate Dorian versus the prince, the vowed prince that's inside of him. So basically throughout this whole book, you see him struggle with being under the control of his dad, but also have this prince inside of him. And it goes back to when Aelin killed that other vowed prince, of seeing that the person is still inside of there, but what is left after the prince is taken out, of how long this prince has been in, you know, with them. And you see Dorian really, really struggle. And I think that was actually really hard to read because he begs for death. Like multiple times he begs for someone to kill him. Like not just him as the prince, Dorian. He's like, take me out. Like I'm done. And that's actually really, I forgot that out of everything, that's actually really hard to read in this book because Dorian is such a, I want to say comic relief, but he is the lighthearted friend. He is the casual, it's not that deep friend throughout all the other books that we've seen, and to see that switch to where he's like at the level up. So that was really hard, but
he goes through it.
Oh yeah, you see that there is.
Have you cried in these books yet?
Huh?
Have you cried in these books yet?
Not in Heir of Fire. I did tear up in Heir of in Queen of Shadows quite a bit. So
okay,
yeah. I had to blink them away very quickly because I was reading a very important part. I was like.
I was bawling in Heir of Fire.
For what?
The last like 20%, I think it's when Aelin is explaining everything that happened to her, and we're hearing about Elid's mother and that like regret of like, tell my daughter that I love her, like I'm never gonna see my family again, and like all their sacrifices. Yeah, I was gone. I lost it.
Tearing up during. I should have read them closer to the live show, but I was like deep in like let's just go. But yeah, no, I did tear up a little bit, especially when Rowan was like crawling towards her, and then we see those memories. Like just
memories are rough.
How far she has come, like what truly she has gone through. Like people think like, oh, she's been to the camps. It's way more than that.
Yeah. Well, and Adian, when he's in prison, and his last thought is like, I don't regret anything. I wanted to save her friends because that would mean everything to her. I wouldn't want to tell her like Chaol died. but also like my only regret is not seeing her again. I was like, crying. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, her and Adian have a very interesting relationship, and I love it for multiple reasons that we see in Queen of Shadows. But basically, Queen of Shadows. Aelin is back. She's back in Windolin. She is the king's champion. She has dyed her hair some weird ass fucking color. Well, isn't it just brown or is it red?
It's reddish, and it's on purpose for like later on in the book it comes to play why she took on somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like yes. Actually, oh my god, yes. Okay, now it's coming back to
me. Yeah.
Anyway, she's dyed her hair this weird ass color, and she finds out when she goes, Chaol is deserted. So she goes to see Erebin because find the amulet purpose right now. Finds out Chaol is a deserter. I don't know.
She sees him meeting with Erebin in the bar or wherever they are, and she's like, "What is going on?"
Nezrin. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is like it was her guard or Chaol's guard, and she's like, "Who's this bitch?"
Yeah.
They're very even in that way, and I really like that. Like you could tell, like two women. They're like, I don't know. I just found that meeting like she's like, "Who the fuck is that?" Like,
yeah,
like, not like in a like he's mine, but like a who is that? Like what kind of woman? It can be. But yeah, so she gets right off the boat. She goes to see Erebin. Chaol's meeting with Erebin. I think she hears about Dorian still being in the castle, but at that point she doesn't know that he has the collar on at all.
Yeah, I don't think she does.
Because she has like a visceral reaction the first time that she finds out and sees it. Like she's like, oh fuck, like this is not good.
Yeah. She asks somebody at one point if he's wearing a ring, and they're like, oh, with Chaol. And she's like, is he wearing a ring? And he's like, no. But he has this collar, and she's like, no.
Yeah,
like, that's
even worse.
Yeah.
So good old Erebin. So Erebin is someone we've seen Throne of Glass, Assassin's Blade, Crown of Midnight. He is the king of assassins. He's the one who found Aelin, found Aelin, made her into Selena, who she is. He's also the person that you come to find out is the sole reason Sam is dead, which we know Sam from Assassin's Blade, her first love. And so she's just chilling by herself in Otterland, figuring things out, what Chaol's doing with Erebin. I almost said Otterland. Just fucking A names, man.
I know.
With Erebin. And so she basically is devising this plan in her mind of how to get this amulet back. And then a wrench kind of gets thrown in her plan because she realizes Adian is captured. And he is going to be executed on Dorian's 20th birthday. Is it 21st or 20th? I forgot. Anyway, his birthday. They're going to have him at the castle, blah, 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 blah. You see that. It's also Chaol's trying to find more about the rebels, and she's pissed at Chaol because he goes to Erebin like, do you not listen to me? Like, do you not realize what he's done to me? Like, I've told you these things. So it all comes to a head basically when I feel like I'm missing a major part, but I feel like it's like her just fucking off in Otterland for a while, and then until get to Adian, like to get him to escape, like to help him.
Well, because when she meets with Erebin in the beginning, and that's when she's seen Chaol with him, and she's like, what was he doing here? And blah, blah, blah. And then she tells Erebin she wants to make a deal or a trade that he can help her get out Adian from prison. Yeah. So they kind of make a deal for it.
Got it. Okay. So then
obviously this is like a tempt or a tease for like a trap for you to go save your cousin, right? Like they're putting him and making this huge big thing.
Yes. So I think the king knows that Aelin Ashriver Galathinius is alive. Like it's known that she is alive.
Well, when she did that whole fire thing over with Maeve.
So, they don't know that Aelin is Selena. Well, I don't know when he figures it out.
On the surface at first, people don't.
Yes. So she thinks she's hot shit walking in there and she's gonna do all this and blah 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 blah. But oh my god, you know what part that got me? I just realized. The dancers.
Oh yeah.
That got me. The leader of the dancers. Yeah. So
about how like music and art are so important.
Yes.
Like,
I read that passage. That one got me. Sorry, I was. But basically, they devised this plan.
With Erebin, though, she wants to have him help her get Adian out, and she is going to give him. He wants one of those demons.
Yes, in exchange, like he wants to figure out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Kale helps her. Kale and Aelin have it out a little bit. Like
Like multiple times in this one. They have so much to go through.
she's pissed at
Yeah.
him. He's pissed at her. They're pissed at each other. They don't want to communicate. Basically doing. They're going towards the same thing. They're like trying to get Dorian. Well, he wants to get Dorian out. And then at one point, Aelin's like, he has a collar. He's not getting out. He's dead.
We have to kill him. Yeah.
I'm going to kill him, basically. And Kale's like, if you touch him, I'm going to kill you. Like, they go through it. Which I'm like, okay, yeah, you're friends. But also I'm like, Kale, shut the fuck up. Like, leave her alone. That's really what I want to say. So,
yeah.
When this celebration of life happens, Aelin does what Aelin does, and she devises her own little tiny plan. You know, Kale's there, Nezerin's there. They're gonna get her in. She kind of goes under the cover of you find out later it's of someone, but she goes in with the dancers and she kind of sneaks in, and you see that they have like these magical. She finds out there's like these magic fields, like force field type things that can sense magic. And so she puts word marks all over her body, which I actually forgot that she can draw word marks. Hide her own magic, so like it's not sensed. So that's how she kind of gets around that. There's this big whole scene. This happens, that happens. Adian's out, and I was like, wow, that was so convenient. That was so easy. And then you see, like, I forgot that it's just like setting up for more and more and more, like later down the line. You know what I mean? But after that, you see Aelin and Adian. They confront Dorian. Well, Dorian confronts them when they're escaping, and it's not actually Dorian; it's the prince. And Aelin is like literally seconds away from killing him. And she has like a moment of hesitation. Is that when is it Nezrin? Nezrin shoots an arrow at her. Nezrith?
Yeah.
Shoots an arrow and was like, Kale told you not to touch him. Like, but she was ready. She was like, this is doing him like a favor. And at that point, when Dorian references Aelin, like later down, was like, she didn't kill me and I wish she did. Like the lady with the sword, the golden haired lady. Well, I don't think we call her a golden haired lady, but like, you know, that lady with the sword, like she killed me. So
at this point, I don't think Aelin knows that there's people underneath it. She learns that in this book when she's dealing with the demons about people like that they're still like that Dorian's still in there.
Oh, I know. I thought she learned it from at the end of Heir of Fire when she defeats the two Valg, the prince that's there. She defends the prince because then after she kills the Valg,
he's wearing
he's like, kill me, like this will save me, like just do it, like I need you to kill me.
Yeah,
I think
so. I'd be surprised though that she'd want to kill him. Like if there's a possibility he could still be under there. You know what I mean? Or maybe she thinks there's no way of letting them go from each other.
Like the separating. Like once he was separated, he was like, I'm not a person anymore. Like I'm not the same. Kill me. Gotcha. So that's why she assumes that Dorian is like the same way. But I think it has something to do with Dorian's magic and how powerful he is. Because like a lot of people think like who's actually powerful later in the series, Dorian or Aelin. I don't know. I'm very interested to see. Part of me wants to say Dorian's actually more powerful.
Well, they say in this book his is infinite.
Yes, like his well. Yeah. Is like later in the book, like there is no well. Like it's just pure like magic. And so I find that interesting that I think that kind of what saves him from being like controlled by this prince, because he constantly battles this book. But then Aelin and Adian, you see, oh my god, what is her friend's name? Lysandra,
yeah.
That bitch comes back, and I forgot that is the same Lysandra as the Lysandra I know in like Empire Storms the Kingdom of Ash. So I was like, oh, okay. So you see that Lysandra visits Aelin. And I forgot that like Lysandra and her have had it out. They've been mortal enemies. Like
they were like raised together in the Assassin's
not like assassin,
thingy.
but she was like under the brothel.
Yeah.
That's the nice way to put it. And she was under the king of assassins. So like they were kind of brought up in the same way. But Lysandra goes to her and was like, I need your help type of a thing. Like, can you help me out? I have this girl, like I'm, still, you find out that she's still paying back things for not only herself, but this girl that
Evangeline.
That she kind of saved from being in the same position that she is. And so she's very sneaky. She sneaks into Aelin's house, and Aelin's like, who the fuck are you? Like, what are you doing? But after they save Adian, you see that Lysandra's a really big part of the carriages, swapping the carriages, because at this point, like, it's kind of like a ripple effect, like throughout the kingdom and the city is like they're shutting things down. People are searching each, thing. And poor Adian, he has that cut, you know what I mean, that reopens, and they shove him into the seat. I was like, damn. And then they open it up. He's like, I threw up.
Yeah.
He throws up in there.
I love him.
I was like, this is so gross. Anyway, so they take him back to I think it's her house, like her main house.
Her apartment.
Yeah, Lysandra's kind of tending to him. Chaol's there. You find out kind of like Arabin, not necessarily, what's the word, like didn't undermine her, but it was like she had to have her own plan because Arabin's plan wasn't exactly like all fleshed out. Like,
yeah,
not necessarily.
Well, he's always
betrayed him.
He's very sneaky too.
Yes.
Yeah, and he always has tests set up to see which line people are gonna like be on. Yeah. Yes. So and he's very much doing things for himself too.
1000%. He is always for himself, no matter what. So you see that she's like, fuck him or whatever. And I think at this point, when Adian is resting, she sees Rowan in the alleyway.
I think. Or is that I'm trying to remember. I thought Adian was better. Like it comes up a bit later, but he's with her for sure. Yeah, like at her house.
All around the same time that like Adian is trying to get better, and Rowan's there and was like, "No, you can't. You're not better. Like we can start training, but you're not like 100% there." And so like they have this like fey male like
territorial thing. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, so I forgot when Rowan comes in actually, but it's after,
he doesn't show up until like 30% into the book.
Yeah, it's really
a big chunk in. Yeah.
But she has to figure out how to get the Valk for Arabin. So like that's her.
Yes.
Like we're saving Adian first, then I'll get you this black thing. And then I say black thing, like the prince with the
the demon, the collars and all that, or the rings, whatever.
They have this like black presence, like this darkness that is like described constantly. Like I just see them like if they're features, they're like just
shadowed and murky.
It's so gross the way she describes it. But after that, so she goes, doesn't Chaol come? Because she's like, what the fuck was that? You were gonna kill Dorian.
Oh yeah, they have it out. Yeah.
Again. And I think this is like their truce. They finally were like, okay, we're on the same side. We're all going for the rebellion. Like Chaol and Nezrin are doing this thing where they're taking, so the King of Ireland is taking people who had magic or have like any inkling of magic and are imprisoning them. And so Chaol and like the rebellion that they're doing are taking those people and getting them out when they're captured. So it's like this like constant thing, like putting them on ships. They don't get every single person out. And so they're trying to figure out what the king is trying to do with these Fae people. And you come to find out that it is if they're controlling, like he's putting rings on them basically. And using them with the collars and the rings and stuff like that. So
he's building an army.
Yes, exactly. Which then comes into play Manon and the Wyverns because they're with the Duke. And at this point, you see that Manon has met someone called Elide.
Yes.
And little Miss Elide is Duke Parrington? The Duke's...
No, she's her dad is Vernon, who was... Are you talking about for her dad or not?
Yeah,
he's with the Duke.
Vernon
is
and
working there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought Vernon was her uncle because her father passed away.
He is her uncle.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, he's her uncle who raised her.
Yeah, so you see that Elide is from Terrasen, and she has it in her head that she is going to do anything that she can to meet her cousin Aelin again. She doesn't know that Aelin is like truly dead, like she doesn't hear everything or whatever, but you see that she's supposed to be a lady, so like her lands were taken over by Vernon.
Yeah, because her uncle pretty much treated her like Rapunzel, like locked her up in a tower and then obviously abused her and did horrible things to her over the years. Yeah.
And so Elide is one of my favorite characters. She does walk with a limp and she is chained so she doesn't run away, but her limp comes from, I forgot where they said it comes from, that like her ankle or her limp is set, right?
Yeah, so I thought it was like her uncle abused her or tossed her down the stairs, and then didn't let a healer come
Yes.
to help her because he didn't trust them or something like that.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what it was. So you see that she is still, what I love about this book in the lead, like I could talk about her for so long, but what I love in general with this book, you see her still is she is so resilient. Like everything that has happened in her life that you see that she's been abused, she hasn't had any freedom. She's trying to find a way to escape in Morath. Like she's planning to stow away on like a utility supply truck and go away.
Yeah.
But then you see that Manon takes interest in her because she is cleaning Manon's
Yeah,
house.
she's kind of like a servant in that tower that they're all at.
Yeah. So you see that Manon is like, who are you?
Well, she sees her like rifling through her letters or like in her room, and she's like, "Are you a spy? What are you doing?"
Yeah, and Elite's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't
Yeah.
know. Like she's faking it, and like you can
Mhm.
tell. Well, maybe.
And Manon can see through that too.
Yes. Manon's like, stop with the stutter. Like you're faking
Yeah.
it. Like it's
Yeah.
fine. And so Alita's learned to be very meek. She's learned to put on this face of being meek, of I'm so sorry, I'm naive, I'm innocent, I'm not doing this. But she is very, very cunning in her head, even though she doesn't look. Like I love female characters that don't look like they're very powerful. Like Aylin's tiny, she's short, she's adorable, whatever, and she's powerful. Alita is like tiny and, injured and,
Yeah.
she's
She's like a quiet, powerful that people
Yes.
underestimate her all the time.
1,000%. So she's like doing things quietly, and that's why Manon thinks that she's a spy, because she's doing all this for herself. She's trying to figure out when supply trucks are coming, what Manon is doing, like if she can use her to get out. Come to find out that Elite has Blackbeak blood, and she tastes it. Well, she puts Elite up against the wall and like tips her chin with her
Yeah, because she like smells something about her at first.
Yeah, like something about her.
She's
knows.
curious. Yeah.
And so immediately she tastes her blood after that. Like she's teasing Elite, like scaring her. It's like, get the fuck out. Like, could you imagine Manon, this face being like
with her like iron fangs and nails coming at you? Yeah.
Oh my god. Like I'd be pissing myself.
And they've like slaughtered villages and like they kill men and women regularly. Like they are.
They
lethal.
have a reputation, and Elite has heard about it, but she's never actually seen it. So basically she says, does your blood bleed red or black? Red or blue, right?
Yeah.
Red or blue. And if it does blue, she's under the protection of Manon. And so this is really important because you see that her uncle may have an inkling that where her mother's line is, she is descended from a Blackbeak witch at some point, because she's never really known her mother. Like she's known her, but she doesn't, because she died saving Aelin.
Yeah.
So like she doesn't really know any history. Like of course her uncle's not going to tell her anything too. So you see that she's trying to like piece things together, and Manon is trying to figure out, like, does she have power? Like like anything like that. Like, is she useful? Like, what can Manon?
Is she a spy? Like, yeah. She sends like, doesn't she send her second and stuff to like watch her? They're like, keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, Astra like pops up when she's like preparing food.
Yeah.
Like, and she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I love that moment.
Oh my god. Anyway, Astra is so funny. Now, of course, in this book too, with the 13, I should say, they're having trouble with a hierarchy, I guess you could say is the best word. Like Astrid is asking questions, asking things that she shouldn't.
Pushing back to Manon, yeah.
Which is not like Astrid. But you find out that the Duke needs 3 witches to basically experiment on, and you don't really know why, but you come to find out that they want to breed the witches with the Valk princes to make more children, to make more Valk, because they're like the King of as the reader you could piece together, okay, the King of Otterland at this point is taking Fae people, using them, controlling them with the rings and the collars. They are trying to make people from scratch that are controllable, like humans in a human form type thing. So you see that they're basically just breeding these women, and these 3, I think they're yellow legs, but the Duke wanted Blackbeaks.
Yeah, and Manon gave them the Yellow Legs clan, or the people, yeah.
And so Elide, she's like, Elide, go down there, act like a servant, tell me what you see. And Elide is horrified. She literally like pisses herself, passes out, cannot breathe, like has panic attacks of the man that's standing in this like room that comes out, and it's a Valk prince. And you see that he is being like, these witches are being bred like constantly. And the period of when a Blackbeak witch is pregnant with one of these creatures, babies. I don't know.
Witchlings.
Witchlings.
Or they're told they're having witchlings,
Yes.
but they're not. Yeah.
Is shorter, so they're just constantly doing this over however long.
Yeah, and I think they're chained down, and like that's what Elid's like. They've already had a set of children, and like they're about to pop with like their second round at least. Yeah.
So of course, by this point, when Manon finds this out, Astrid is horrified. Astrid pushes back to where she gets demoted, not just to the third. She gets demoted to like past that. Like she's just part of the 13, and she has to really beat Astrid back into submission, and that's really hard to watch, especially like a woman to a woman, like someone who you admire. Like that's really hard. Yeah. You do come to find out that with Astrid, she had previously had a baby in this book, and her grandmother basically told her, well, witchlings are sacred. Any woman, any witch that has a baby is very, very sacred. And so
and it's hard for them to have them like healthily, like they don't usually come out. Yeah.
So when she gets pregnant by this human person that when she was supposed to be out fighting all these killing all these Cochrane witches, she finds this human that she has this like connection with, and she stays with them for, I think it's like years at this point. And
yeah, he was just like a random hunter. Yeah. A human.
And she becomes pregnant, and she goes to the the grandmother, Manon's grandmother. And when she has the baby, you know, the baby does not survive. It's like stillborn, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And the Blackbeak grandmother, so Manon's grandmother, basically is like, you're worthless. You're nothing. She didn't even heal her. She like threw her out and didn't expect her to live.
Yeah, she like beats her. Yeah. Immediately.
Yeah, and just throws her out.
And burns the baby.
Yes. And it's so hard. Like it's so hard to read and think about. But you see that, I think it's Sorid, which is Astrid, right under Astrid. So Manon's third finds her. Basically gets her back to health and whatever. Some of the 13 knew about it, but Astrid tells her this like in person when Abraxas is off sniffing flowers. They fly somewhere. Yeah. Like they're off like together, and Manon breaks down and was like, I understand now what's going on. And so this whole book is Manon rethinking things like, is she blind?
Exactly.
Her grandmother, like that Cochrane witch telling her you're made like this, like she has made you. You need to think about that. That is start to this, like that was at the end of Heir, Fire, and throughout this whole book, Manon is like thinking about her purpose. What is she doing? Like, am I really going to get back to the wastelands? Is that even possible? Like, can we actually do that? And so you see that she's like, finally like, okay, we need to have another plan. Like we're back being the 13. We got to move forward. But going back to Otterland, all the same time, everything in Otterland, Adian's happening. Rowan's back. They're training. They're putting together a different plan. They're also trying to piece together how the King of Otterland has made magic. And you come to find out in this book that they have made a triangle, right?
Yeah, with the clock tower.
I don't know if we find out that out in Heir, Fire.
I think some of them, because like Kale and Nezrin are trying to figure it out with that Ren or whatever who's working with Adian. Like they're trying to figure it out. Like all the different groups are trying to like piece it together, and some of them know before the others. And a lot of the times in these books, you just want to like shake these people and be like, talk and tell everything you know, because some of you know things. Like,
So basically, there is like a triangle of where the magic has stopped. It's like through Rifthold to Terrasen to an island, and then the island to Rifthold again. So basically, the clock tower in Rifthold, where the King of Otterland is, that is one. And they basically find out that if you knock it down, it's like a pillar, like an not electronic, but like it's electricity. If you knock it down, it breaks.
You just have to knock down one, and then the power will be released, or the magic will be released again.
Yeah, because it breaks whatever circuit magic spell that he's. So Rowan's there, and then you find out that one of his cadre comes back. His name is
Lorcan.
I almost said Gabriel. It's not Gabriel. Lorcan, which is probably one of the only people more powerful than Rowan that I think that we ever meet. Like in the sense of Fae, like have a warrior that has been around. So they're very well known. And Lorcan does what Lorcan wants to. And he has his own agenda. And he says it's for Queen Maeve, but he wants to get the amulet, basically, which is the third word key. And he wants to destroy it. You see, he wants to destroy it. Oh, yes, we get the third word key. They give the Valg. They figure out things with the Valg. They give it to Arabin. Rowan helps her kind of like capture it. and so does Aedion. They go to Arobyn's house and they see like Selena being Selena for the first time, not being Aelin. And that switch, like it's so, like looking back and seeing Selena in Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight, I'm like, yeah, that's Aelin, duh. But Aelin and Selena, they're nothing alike.
Yeah.
Like,
and Rowan's like horrified. He like hates seeing her like that.
Hates it. Like she is
Yeah.
bratty and cocky and just anyway, something else. I mean, it is pretty badass to see her switch like that, but like you could tell like her getting into that character, it just like eats away at her. Like she hates it. Like herself, you can just tell. So they go to have dinner at Arobyn's house. They give her the Valg. They trick the Valg into thinking like the ring's on one finger, not the other. They kind of did their own experiment before they give it to Adarlan or to Arobyn. Oh my god.
Yeah, they make a deal with the Valg that like was that Steven or whatever, that guard guy, like so she makes a deal with him where was like, I will kill you and get rid of you if you can like help me out one last time and pretend to give or like say these things about like that you can be held or whatever, like with a taste of your blood and like with the ring on you and stuff like that. So yeah, Arobyn gets the ring and then immediately tries to put it on. Well, when everybody leaves, tries to put it on Aelin and put her under his power.
Yes. And so it was a test. Aelin wanted to see what Arobyn would do. And I think like it's hard, like their relationship is so hard because Aelin wants, I feel like she wants to find a good part of him. Do you know what I mean? Like she wanted him not to do that. Like, but she put it as a test. She was like, we're going to tell him this, we're going to do this, see what he does with it. Immediately he turns around and was like, I'm going to of course he wants Aelin to be under his control. Like Aelin is the king of the champion's, assassin, like king's assassin, whatever you want to call it. Like she is so powerful. Of course he wants to control her. He's always wanted to control her. And it's worked for a decent amount of time, but now she's bigger. She's come back from Endovir and all this stuff like that. So that was really heartbreaking because they had to go into the carriage and everyone had to play along.
Yeah.
And that was actually hard, that she was like, and then she got back to her house and she was like, I can't believe this happened. Like this kind of solidifies that he has to die. Like I wasn't going to kill him, but now I have to kill him. And she actually lets Lysandra kill him because he's used Lysandra brothel wise, I guess you could say, in like a not so great way. And she legit like slits his throat in the middle of the night and just lays there in his blood and then wakes up and screams. And
yeah,
I was pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah.
I know.
Oh my god. So, my
and the whole part with Aelin getting like being his heir, so to speak, and like getting everything in the will is given to her, and she immediately kicks all the other dudes out of the keep.
But
and all
that. It's like Aelin has a plan in her head that she doesn't tell anyone. And I actually saw a TikTok that was really funny. Not funny, but she was like, the one time that she followed the plan and listened to the plan, Sam died. And ever since then, she has never told anyone any part of her plan. Rowan, Aedion, no one. No one. Shit.
Yeah.
Hale, no one. And I find that it's funny. Like that's because it's true. Like she was hurt once. And she followed the plan, and she lost someone, and she's like, that's never going to happen again. So she keeps it all in her head. So as the reader, you're also trying to piece together what Aelin is doing along with everyone else, even though it's in her point of view, but it's like third person, so you don't see it.
You don't see though all of it because like it keeps you out of it too as the reader. And like I think Queen of Shadows especially, you see even more of that because she's like sneaking out at night and she'll lie to like Rowan or whoever she's with, Aedion, and tell them she's doing something else, or just like act like she's this like nonchalant, just like going for a walk. But then you start to realize she's been doing all these like secret missions at night. So it keeps you as the reader out of her head too for those like points of view.
Yeah. And clearly like we know, well, reading back, like we know Aelin's doing something. Like she's always keeps it all in her head. And I do find that interesting that I mean, like, it's not because she's been through all this stuff, but like she's like truly a queen. Like she is like moving all these different chess pieces, not just in like one game, but like multiple games. She has Arobyn, she has Aedion, she has the Valg. She's trying to figure out Dorian. She's trying to figure out Chaol with the Rebel. Like there's so many moving pieces, and in this book we really get to see that not just with Aelin expanding to King of Adarlan, to Maeve comes in at some point. Like it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and the chessboard gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's more pieces to move, more pieces to keep track of. And that's why I think I love this series, is because the book that we're going to read next month, we really get to see that.
Yeah.
I'm really, really excited. But basically, it's just Aelin playing chess with herself in this book. Like, that's the best way I could describe it. But oh my gosh, what happens? I'm wearing out. I'm wearing out. Okay. Where are we at?
Well, so that's how, like, because
Urban's dead.
Aelin, yeah, so because she had to talk to Adian and Rowan, obviously, that they needed money
Yes.
to put behind their, like,
Army.
whatever they want to build in their whole army situation and make all their moves. And so she's like, don't worry, I have a way to get some money. And then you find out that she, gets all of Arobyn's, like, everything's left to her. And then you find out she faked the will, made it this way because he was going to leave it to the other people there. And so she makes all those people who live there, like, pay her to have their place back. And so that's how she's like, oh, got the money for you guys. Like, here you go. Yeah.
And I think she says to Adian, you said you needed money. And Adian's like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, I didn't mean like this. Like, she's like, you said you needed it. I got it. Like, there's no like, she's just like, duh. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's so funny. It's just, she's another level.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think
and back with what?
We go back to Manon, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say back with Manon, and like, she's still, which that's what I like about Queen of Shadows, and like, honestly, all of these books, it's kind of like I feel like in Crown of Midnight, we saw Dorian really starting to question a lot about his life, and he starts researching because of course he found out he had power in that book. And so he starts like looking into and questioning things. And so like with Queen of Shadows, I feel like this book specifically is like with Manon really starting to question her grandmother, like you mentioned, and like really starts to question all the things she's been doing, that she's been told. And like, you see all of these people start to like, it's almost like they've just done whatever has been told to them and like directed to them, and now they start to like question, and you start to see all these like, maybe their alliances aren't going to be like where they were naturally, and they start to wonder what's going on. And so with Manon, when Alid had found out all those things down there, like at one point, Alid, her uncle, ends up throwing Alid down there, and we find out that he's known the whole time that she has like witch's blood way back in her mother's bloodline, and he wants to see how that will work with the impregnating situation. And so, which Alid is like horrible when she's down there, because she's like, oh, Manon's gonna come and save me. And then Manon's busy with, because Manon and Aelin have like that whole meeting moment, and they fight, and so Alid's just like sad, like wondering, like, no one's gonna save me, like I'm done, like this is over.
She's literally like, another person forgot about me, and I'm like,
I know.
So sad. Oh my god, I love Alid, but like, like for once she had hope. Like she had hope that someone would come her. Like that's her clan. Like, she kept saying like,
because she's like, I'm a Blackbeak now, they'll help me. And they're like busy, like they probably would. And like as soon as Manon comes back though, she immediately is like, where's Alid? And like searching for her, asking everybody, finds out at like just the right time when like Alid's like in a robe, half naked, like about to be taken advantage of and all that, and like forced into that situation. And so Manon shows up at the right time and is like, oh, you guys are dead and you don't even know it, like to the guards with her, and like slaughters them, saves her. And then they run into Kaltain, and Kaltain the whole time, because we've gotten some points of view at this point from Kaltain, and you start to see that she has started to take over the demon inside of her, and she's kind of eaten away at it with her natural like magic that she has.
She's Fae,
because the magic, yeah. Well, because the magic's, I don't know if she's Fae, but she's got magic.
She has something, and she has that like stone that they put inside of her, right?
Oh, that's the word key.
Oh my god. Really?
Yeah, because she says in this one, oh, he said the whole time that I'm his key, like I
did not piece that together. Holy shit. Okay. So is that why she's so powerful?
Well, she's already been, so that's what because at this point when this is happening in that tower, Manon or Aelin has lifted, like they broke the magic has been released, and so everybody's has their magic, like they all immediately feel it. And so Kaltain has the whole time been like eating away with her shadow fire of that creature within inside her. And so she's just been kind of playing along. And so she tells, because at one point I think Alid's uncle tells Alid and Kaltain, you guys could be sisters, like you look just alike. So Kaltain is like, give me your robe, put your blood on me, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna like end this whole situation. So she like sacrifices herself, implodes the entire tower, kills all the like Yellow Legs or whoever's in there at that point, gets rid of all
Which
the
is a
witches for
mercy
being,
for them. Like,
yeah,
that's like,
yeah,
they left
yeah,
they wouldn't leave witches normally, but like, that's a mercy for them. They were never going to let
yeah.
them
And like Manon had asked Caltaine at one of those points, like, was this you, or like, did you already, like, is this him controlling you, or did you already have this like kind of power of magic? And she says she's always had magic, but like this is obviously like amplified it or whatever, you
go.
know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that
And
was a
she gives it, yeah, she
it's
rips
a
it out of her
lead.
arm, gives it to a lead, and is like, hey, but she tells her, go give this to
Selena.
Selena. Yeah, because she helped me one time, gave me a robe back in the day. Tell
Yeah.
her this is for that.
Yeah.
She'll know what to do with it. And Elite doesn't know that
That's the
Selena and
same
Aelin are the
person.
same person. Yeah, and Manon and the 13 kind of kick Elite out, and they're like, this is as far as you're coming with us. We're kind of on our own mission. You need to go back and go find.
He literally says, "Don't stop walking till you get to Terrasen," and I was like, "This poor girl can barely walk." Like,
I know. Well, they're like, here's a backpack. There's money in there. Go find your queen. Last they were seen was
oh
over
my
here.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Manon and Aelin have their moment where they meet. Oh, because Kale, Adian, Rowan, Selena, or Aelin, I'm going to call her both names, Aelin, they're trying to get back Dorian, and they find out that the king and Dorian are with the Duke at that tower where Manon and all of them are.
That's because they have Lysandra.
Yes.
Magic is gone. Oh my
God.
Yes.
Yeah, and so they go there and get, well, Aelin at this point is like, I'm just going to get Dorian out of there. And now at that time, now Kale has switched and he's ready to kill like Dorian just to sacrifice him. And so he decides to make his like last move at the wrong time, goes back to save him. And then of course,
I wanted to strangle him.
I was like, now is not the time for this.
I was like, now Kale,
like, I get what he was doing.
Yes.
Too, you know?
Like, it's just like wrong time. Anyway, so.
And so they run into, so that's when Dorian and Manon meet. So she's like, oh, hello, Princeling. And he's like, hello, Witchling. Yeah. Yeah.
Through everything, he still remembers that name. Like with the prince, that Valak prince inside of him, he still remembers the name Manon. That she talked to him like a normal person. Like she could see that Dorian was still in there because he says, "What's your name?" and he says Dorian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then Manon. Okay. I'm gonna.
Yeah. So that's when like Manon, and then because at first Manon is gonna let them go. She's like, I don't have time for this. We'll let you go. And then doesn't Aelin say something to her?
I killed Baba Yellowlegs, and Manon was like, what did you say?
She shows her scar, and the witches go crazy.
Oh my God. And that's when they go across the bridge.
They run.
This fight, and then basically Aelin is going to kill, like Manon is squished underneath these rocks or something like that.
Yeah.
And you see Astrid like across the bridge because it's broken, like down on her knees, like screaming for Manon. Yeah. Not as like that's my leader, but like that's my sister. Like that's my life. Like that's they're bonded. I think they've been the longest.
Well, they're even cousins.
Yeah, but they've been like together.
They've like hundreds of years they've been together.
And then Aelin does what Aelin does, and she had this like it's a gut feeling basically that she's like, I need to go and save her. Like this is not.
She feels a pull to her, and she mentions back to one of the stories that we read in Assassin's Blade of the last time I felt a pull was this healer.
Yes, and I was like, that's why I love reading Assassin's Blade first because you get those things.
Yeah, exactly.
So
but then she saves Manon, and then Manon's like, oh, now I owe you. Like whatever, like I owe you something. And so they kind of both split up, take off. And then I liked Manon too, because like when she's fighting Aelin at first, she's like, oh, I kind of hate to kill this girl because she is powerful.
Exactly.
We could be friends in another life.
Exactly. And I think Aelin says to her, like, why did you save me? It was like, you're too good of a fighter to die or to get killed or something, like for me to kill you or something like that. But it's really because Aelin saw Astrid like screaming. She's reminded, because at this point Rowan gets injured by like an arrow, which I'm like, he'll survive, he's Rowan, but like she loses her shit. Like at that point she's like, like Rowan could die, this is like my person. And so like the way that she feels towards Rowan is like what she saw in like Astrid for Manon, and she's like, no one should lose someone like that for something like that.
I think she tells Rowan that, or maybe Adian or both of them, she tells them, but like when I saw that she cared about somebody like that, I knew I couldn't kill her.
Yeah. So she like they split up, they go their separate ways. Manon, I think that's when Manon, yeah, she goes back and she finds a lead and stuff like that. But then they go back to Rifthold and Magic's there. Lysandra, she's a shapeshifter. She's badass in her own way. And then they figure out that they have to basically kill the King of Waterland, right? Like they have to go and kill him at this point, right?
Well, they want to release the magic and like blowing up because they get that hellfire or whatever.
Yeah.
And they want to blow up the clock tower, and then like things go wrong because they split up, of course.
Yeah.
And Rowan and
Adian,
they're down underneath, and they're supposed to like set it up and have it blow up at like noon or something, because it's going to be like on, is it like summer solstice or whatever? It's like
Lightbringer's highest peak, like
and so they're like, that will be Aylin's like best day for like her magic to be used, and she can like tap into that. So they have like this whole plan. Of course, things go terrible. Lorcan shows up, and they thought he had been killing all of the, I think Aylin calls them word hounds at this point, right? So they thought he killed all of those. He didn't. He was setting up his own traps, of course. And so he kind of gets them all trapped in there. Things don't go off well. That's when Aylin is with Dorian and the king.
Yep.
And she took the ring back, puts the ring on Dorian, and is like, the ring that can, because she finds out that's what Lorcan was doing there. He was trying to get this ring and like trade with Rowan and Aylin at one point. And so with the ring and just talking to him, she's able to get Dorian to like snap out of it and realize he's still in there. Yeah. And that's when Dorian's ready to kill his father, the king. And then the king has some things to say.
That's when he uses his power, though, to like. There is no bottom.
Oh, they're going at it like on the roof or something. Him and Aylin.
Or Aylin and Dorian are fighting. Like Aylin's gonna die. Basically. Yeah. Like she's not doing well. Like Dorian is. Yeah. He has ice, and she has fire, which they can not work together, but like counteract. But like Dorian is like just not. And this is when the prince is still inside of him.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. It's the
because then
Dorian's magic.
Yeah. And for some reason, like somehow Adian and Rowan and all them, like they're able to blow up the clock tower situation, and that's when like the magic releases, I guess you could say, and then Dorian and Aylin use their magic together to like fight that situation. Lysandra now has her magic, so she shapeshifts and comes in and saves Adian and Rowan from their situation. Yeah. So then magic's released, and that's when we find out that
that's a really sad part, because Adian's like, it's been a good time, brother, and because Rowan's like done. He is like about to like die. He's like slumped over, and Adian like stands in front of him like, I'm ready to go. I'm like, these two people, like,
I know.
Sad. But Lysandra, because Bucklow.
Yeah.
But that's when the King of Ireland has a lot to say. So at that point, Dorian breaks the collar.
Right? Yeah, he did. Yeah. And he's ready to kill him for what he did to him. And Aylin's like, no, we need to listen to him. He's saying more, because then he says that, wait a minute, what does he say? I'm like, he starts saying that he was kind of
under control
into things. Yes. Yeah, from when he was young. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And they find out that the Duke of Parrington is actually a Valg king, Erewhon or whatever.
Yes, the one that they didn't want to let go, like it let escape. Like,
yeah, but they know it's somewhere in the world in like an iron sarcophagus type of situation. Yeah.
And King of Ireland's like, I'm so sorry. And Dorian's like, fuck you.
Yeah. But I think Aylin like is listening to him and thinks like, oh, he's been like trapped too. Like we need to find out what he knows, what more is happening. Yeah, and Dorian's like, absolutely not.
No. But there's something that happens with the like the glass, the throne of glass, like the glass castle. Basically, like it falls because Dorian shatters it, but then Aylin uses her like fire magic to create like a piece of glass,
kind of a shield.
Like over the city. And basically she says like Dorian's not in a good place, like clearly he just like came out of all this. So at the end of Queen of Shadows, you see that everyone's in their own room. Because Chaol went after the King of Ireland before they got to Dorian, and Chaol was at the King of Ireland, And you find out that King of Otterland left him, went to Dorian and was like, ha ha ha, Aelin, I knew who you were. That at that point, he's like, you think I?
Yeah, he tells them Kale's dead, or they think Kale's dead at that point.
Yeah, so Dorian's not in a good place because they think Kale's dead. Dorian's recovering from all the shit.
That's when he snaps out of it because his dad's like taunting him about
Oh,
He's like, what did you just say?
yes.
Whose name did you say?
Dead? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the bromance is back. That's when I love Kale. It's when Dorian's fine with Kale. Is when I love him. But yeah. So then you find out they're all in their own separate rooms. Aelin and Rowan. Well, Aelin like passes the fuck out for a while. She's like out for 3 days.
I think like 3 days. Yeah.
Rowan is like, okay, well, I gotta stay by her side. You know, Adian's doing Adian things of like trying to keep the city all in order and stuff like that. Because basically there is no king. Aelin is queen of terror.
The city's like freaking out.
Yeah, and so she has to go out there once she wakes up and is basically like, your King Dorian will come out and address you, but at this point I am taking over this town, or I'm taking over the city. I'm Aelin Ashriver Galathinius, Queen of Terrasen. I'm blah, blah, blah. She's like, you see this glass? I will make it rain down on you if you don't cooperate. You know, like, don't go after people with magic. Everyone's equal type of a thing. Because a lot of the humans that don't have magic are scared of the people who do have magic, even though they may not necessarily remember what it was to, like, coexist. So it's interesting having that. But then you see that Kale's actually, like, paralyzed from the waist down. Rowan was able to heal him because he would have been paralyzed from the neck down. He was, like, crushed when the tower came down. And the King of Otterland, like, left him there. And then Dorian and Kale have their sweet little bromance moment, of course. And then Aelin and Rowan have their moment. Adian's back. He has a moment. Lysandra's there. They have a moment.
I think even like Aelin and Kale have a moment too. And they kind of both apologize for everything. And they realize like, yeah.
God, they're like the most frustrating part. Like, I'm like, oh, I hate them.
I enjoy them.
Oh my God. Like, they're just like, they're so like annoying to each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, anyway.
Yeah.
Then you see that Adian, Rowan, and Aelin all set sail or set on horses to Terrasen. They're going back home, and you see that she makes it home, which I think that's when I started tearing up.
Like, yeah, I like that part.
And I could just like see what Terrasen looks like. And then you see that Nezran and Kale are going to her continent where her people are to try and be healed. Like they have the best healers down there. So now that magic is free, she can go down there. And then Dorian stays in Otterland, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, because he's finally like better and he's like, okay, I can rule. Let's kind of like get this shit together. And then Manon is left to lead. Where does Manon go?
Well, Manon and the 13 have like they're like in flight. They're heading off somewhere, but she makes an appearance at Dorian's tower. They have a little moment.
So, yes. So technically after they do, after Aelin and Manon leave when they have their own big battle, they plaster in the city. Manon says something about the prince is still inside. And that's how Aelin knows that Dorian is still there. I forgot. So that's when she does that, she then goes back to a lead. Like that's her giving Aelin her like one, for not killing her. That's her thing that she owes them. But then you see that Dorian is King of Otterland. He's there, and Manon goes secretly to him, and it was like, "Hello, Princeling." He's like, hello, Witchling. And so they have like a little moment before. Basically, she's trying to say goodbye before they become mortal enemies because she knows she's on the wrong side, kind of a thing. Like she can kind of see what's happening. Like she doesn't have all the pieces. Like her grandmother has this weapon or something like that. I don't even know if we know what that weapon is.
Oh, the mirrors.
Okay, I couldn't remember if that was in this book. So, but you don't know exactly what they do, right? She just knows
that it will amplify powers and things. Okay. They were going to use it with Kaltain's shadow fire, I believe.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how Queen of Shadows basically ends. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing anyone. I don't know what Lorcan is doing. Lorcan's doing Lorcan things. You did find out, though, that Lorcan has realized that Adian is Gavriel, so one of the cadre.
Yes.
He's a shapeshifter. That's his father, because he can scent it. Yeah. I mean, Rowan scented it right off the bat, but it's because he didn't say anything, because Adian, I think, says, like, I didn't know my father. He wasn't really in the picture or something, and then Lorcan's like, were you going to tell me that was his son? To Rowan at one point. Oh, them two.
Yeah.
Them two. But
I like them.
Oh, that's
That was the journey.
Oh, that was a journey. And then we go into Empire Storms Tower of Dawn, which is just going to be
Even more.
even more. So that's kind
I
of like
know.
good middle ground. We have like a breath, and then shit's
Yeah.
about to happen.
Yeah. I know, because I was like, imagine, because it's like almost like they're all kind of in safe-ish places, at least, like when each book ends, you know? There's not like brutal cliffhangers. Like it could be so bad of places she could end the books and you're just like waiting. So like at least like Adian, Rowan, and Aelin, they're like kind of happy. Aelin's happy to be back home and they're less like a little bit of peace, you know, that they're like they're in a good place. And like Kale and Nezrin are off to the southern continent to go to the Tower Sesme or whatever it's called for the healers. And so like they're kind of off on their journey. The lead is obviously off on her journey trying to find Selena, but also trying to find Aelin, not realizing she's looking for the same girl.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, everybody's
I'm
kind of, they've
missing.
gone through things, but they're like, at least in kind of a good place ish. They're safe
Yes, safe.
ish.
Yeah. For even if it's for a day.
Yeah.
Even if it's for a day. Oh my gosh, these
Mhm.
books. Holy crap. I didn't pick up on a lot of like little tidbits in Queen of Shadows, I feel like, that I did more so in Heir of Fire.
Mm.
Like,
Well, yeah, because they're dealing with Maeve and kind of learning more there.
yeah, like expanding. So I know probably Empire Storms and Tower of Dawn will expand a lot. Those old. I'm so tired. That was a
Yeah.
lot of talking. That was a lot of rehashing.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
love these books. Like I could talk about these books nonstop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
Do you
so
have
much happens, like so much.
I know.
Huh?
Do you have like a favorite character?
Oh, I don't know.
Like at this point,
I mean,
not Empire Storms, like not past that, but
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Aelin is obviously great, but like honestly, I love them all. Like I love Kale. I love everybody, honestly. Like even the people like I love Lordkin, the problematic characters. I just love everybody's journey, I would say.
I think like I have favorites, like obviously like the core group. Like I love them. I mean, I could take it or leave Kale, but he like serves a purpose. Like I understand he serves.
Yeah.
I was hoping that it would change. I feel like I like him a little bit better than the first time I read it. Like I think I skipped his chapters sometimes the first time I read. Like I did not. I was like, why the fuck am I in this dude's head? Like I
Oh
didn't.
no.
But I have a different appreciation for him now.
Mm-hmm.
Like rereading it, so like I don't mind his chapters. So he's like slightly less annoying, but like he's the one I feel like makes the more dumb decisions. But I think that's because he's human and like humans make mistakes in that way, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Empire Storms Tower of Dawn now that magic is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel
Yeah,
like we're
but
gonna
it's released everywhere.
it will be 1,000% honest. There are scenes that I remember going forward in the next 3 books, but I do not know when they come up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I know a certain person has a certain run-in with another person. I know the end of Empire Storms. Like I know those scenes. I just don't know
Mm-hmm.
like how I'm gonna react
when they're coming.
again. Which I feel like I'm rereading. Now, I'm rereading a series, but I feel like I'm reading them for the first time again. Like, because it's been so long that those details that I loved, I forgot about.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, and at the end of this one, Lysandra is like committed to be with Aelin, and Aelin gives her kind of her own like not kingdom, but she makes her a lady of something.
Oh my gosh, she gives her a piece of land in Terrasen.
Oh, and she pays off the debt for Lysandra and
Evangeline.
Evangeline, yeah, and makes her heir, yeah, and they have their little friendship moment.
I love. Okay, listen. Like I said, that Lysandra and the Lysandra I knew from like Empire Storms and Kingdom of Ash, I did not piece together that they were the same people.
Oh.
This book, and like I know it's the same name, but like for some reason I just thought like Lysandra, like it's a different L name. We're not like I would like that. But like seeing their growth as friends, I love so much. Like, I really like it. Oh, I forgot to mention in Queen of Shadows, Rowan and Aelin kiss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna mention this whole book. Yeah, that they've been kind of skirting around their like attraction, that they'll almost a lot of times because they like sleep in the same bed and they just like shower in the same spot and like they're very close, and like they were even like that in Heir of Fire, like they were sleeping in the same place. And so it's like, yeah, you can just tell that they're each other's person, and like they hurt when the other one's hurting, and just like all the things they're going through. And so they almost, oh, the time when she touches his face and it's the tattoos from his, because we didn't even mention like his whole previous woman, mate, whatever. Yeah. And like she was pregnant with a child and she got killed.
He's had a previous mate. Her name was Lydia. And
Yes.
and she was human. I think she was human. Right.
I don't know. Actually, I just assumed she was Fae like him. I don't know though now.
She lived in like May's kingdom, so she might have been Fae.
Yeah.
Basically, he went off on this journey or something like that, and then there was people that came into the kingdom and killed her, and she was pregnant, but she didn't tell him
pregnant,
that she was pregnant because he was going off, and so like it was that guilt that he chose like the cadre and like doing all of this stuff and going on this like, chasing the high and stuff like that. And then you see that for like the next 10 years, he basically lives in his like animal form as the hawk. I thought he was an owl, but he's a hawk. So as the hawk, he just like kind of like barely exists. And so like that's when in Heir of Fire they meet. It's like he's coming kind of out of that. Not really. It's been like decades since that's happened, but that like wound is still fresh. So in Queen of Shadows, when they're starting to get like close and stuff like that, because I think in Heir of Fire he says something like, "I don't really know what's going on, but I'm willing to explore it, but like it's gonna take time." Like, you know. And I understand, like, I'm not in that place either. And then Queen of Shadows, they have like moments where he sees her in her skimpy little outfits that she sleeps in and stuff.
Yeah. Her teasing him in the like nightgowns and telling him she's like not wearing anything underneath this.
No. And then he has to sleep next to her, and he's like, great. All white alien is next door, like in the next room.
Yeah.
But she
kisses him and touches his face with his tattoos from his
she,
like
goes
past.
To kiss him and like, hold his face, and he has them on one side of his face, and he flips. He's like, "Do not touch me!" Like he flips out, and Aylin's like, "Okay, like this is."
Like, she's like, "I read the room wrong. Like he's not into me. I'm like young and stupid." Yeah.
And then they don't talk they talk, but they're not like close. They're like around each other, whatever. And then I forgot who makes the does he apologize to her?
He does, yeah.
He apologizes. And doesn't she come out in her gold nightgown? And he's like, "Oh, fuck." Like,
yeah, she does that later. Because at one point he was like, "I would have liked to see that in gold or something." Yeah. So she goes and gets one from Lysandra.
Lysandra had one in her wardrobe, which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do kiss at one point, and they're like, "Okay, we're together. Like this is it."
Yeah. But that's kind of like, especially with a long series like this, like I like when it's more slow burn for that romance, because like it's building slowly in the background. But like if they were like other series I'm thinking about, when the couple gets together like in the first book, you know, and like what are they going to do from there? You know what I mean? Like this one, at least it's super slow of like,
I love series of like seeing people like the romance where they slowly have to get together. It takes time. They're going through their own things or together or whatever. And then it's like, I like at least having one or two books where they're like together, they're working. I mean, like Rowan and Aylin's always worked together even since like book 3 in this series. But like in the later books, I can't wait to see them like really work together as like a couple. I feel like that has like more things that comes up. Like they may struggle with that rather than like, because not only is he like her court, that's what it's called. Damn, her court. But it's also, Macy's dreaming. Sorry. She's like dreaming while she's barking. But then they become a couple. So you see that gets like dicey, especially with like Adian telling Aelin what to do and Rowan's being a Fae male and yada yada yada. So yeah.
Oh, when Adian finds out that Rowan took the blood oath to Aelin, he loses it.
He loses it, and Rowan's like, "Do not talk to her like that." He's like, "If you ever talk to her later," he like lets Aelin handle it, but like I think it's in training or on the roof or something. Like, if you ever talk to her like that again, I will kill you.
And not to my queen.
Not to my queen. No, sir. Oh my God, I love her so much. Oh.
I know, it's so good.
There's just so many things about rereading like a favorite series and like picking up on little things again, and like I love Manon, I love Bleed, I love like Astrid and the whole 13. I feel like I was more focused on Manon and not really the 13, but like we got to know more of the 13, the twins, I forgot how studious one. I forgot how they say her name. Gat. It starts with a G. Another G name.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot, and it's just gonna get even more.
Yeah.
Oh, I have these two.
Yep. I
I
know.
think this is Lysandra and this is Adian, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this, you don't know who that is yet. I mean, you do know, but you don't know. And then
Yeah.
Kaol.
Yeah.
Desmond?
No.
Desmond's here.
Mm-hmm. We don't know yet. On the
Oh,
front.
okay.
Do we?
No, don't. Okay. Oh my God, I just realized something too.
Remembered what's to come.
Yeah. Lovely. Anyway, so
Yeah.
that was that.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, we've been talking for 2 hours, but I love chatting about like my favorite books. So
I know.
going through
Well, there's so much to talk about these two, especially these two books, and as the series is going to go on, like there's so much happening like all over the place with all the characters, and like they're all off learning, doing things.
Yeah, I don't know for the next live show if we should go through like a summary, but I feel like you have to. Like you have to go through the summary of like
kind of set it up. Yeah.
Yeah, to talk about what's going on. But are you doing the tandem read or are you not doing the tandem read?
No, I'm not.
Like I don't think I did it the first time because a lot of people were like, do the tandem read. And I don't think there's a right or wrong way of doing it, but I do want to read them individually, which I'm kind of, am I making a mistake? Like this. You have to read Empire of Storms and then Tower of Dawn. And so like I know where those two books end. And I know that I have to go from like one cast of characters, like clearly Aelin, Rowan, Adian are off doing their own thing and they're Empire Storms, but then you see Kaol and Nezrin, they're in Tower of Dawn, and that's really their story. And just knowing that I have to switch at the end of Empire Storms from Aelin, Rowan, Adian to them.
Because it's basically the same time frame, but you're going to be following different areas. Yeah.
So it literally is like the tandem read goes from like day 1, day 2, day 2, day 3, you know? Like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what Casey just said. That's why like I'm against the tandem read personally. That's my hot take. So yeah, because I feel like there's so much, especially in Tower of Dawn, even though there's like some slower parts with some characters that I'm not like fully invested in, there's so much that happens in that, like especially if you're interested in other series things from this author.
I think that's why I hated Tower of Dawn the first time I read it. And I think going into this read, I'm going to have like a huge more, like a more appreciation. Because that is like what is the word? Like the world expanding. Like Aelin, Rowan, and Adian are doing things, and yes, it's important, but this is more like lore. Like true lore rather than like expanding.
Well, and it's a new area we haven't been in at all.
Yeah.
And a whole, like you get introduced to new characters there too.
Yeah. I tell you, I don't remember shit about Tower of Dawn.
Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of things.
I don't even remember who the person on that cover was until I looked at the blurb. That's why I'm like,
okay.
I mean, I saw the name and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It's going to be good.
I didn't do the tandem read the first time. I think I'm doing it this time, but I might just read them separately again. Yeah. I think I'm just going to do it separately. But they're both like literally like 650, 700 pages. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. And with your super full fantasy month anyways.
Yeah. Why did I do
With
that?
another 600-page book.
2 of them. When the Moon Hatched and Ballad of Fallen Dragons. But then we have Kingdom of Ash. I'm looking at Kingdom of Ash, and that is 903 pages. So
I love that book so much.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I think I so
good.
I think I blocked out some of what happens in that book. So like I don't even know if I actually know if I remember how it actually ends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what I figured because I'm picking up, especially in Airfire, like those little things where it's like more SJM universe centric. So like at the time you're reading it, you don't know if it's important or not. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes with fantasy stuff, you're reading that, you're like, you don't know if it's going to be important to the end of the book because you don't know what the end is. But now I know. Well, I don't know the end of the book because I can't freaking remember. But I can pick up on other things. So very excited.
Gonna be good. Yeah.
So that's what we'll be reading tomorrow, starting in June. I can't believe tomorrow is June.
I know. I forgot. I was like, what? Tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have a live show tomorrow for these books.
No. Tomorrow you have to read 2 6
Yeah.
books.
Surprise.
We'll probably have a live show towards the end of June, probably the last week. It'll be on Christy's channel.
Yeah.
So we get to chat about those two.
I'm excited.
But thank you guys if you stayed. All 2 people that are left. It's been popping up with people. Like, it's been going on.
Oh yeah, coming and going.
But thank you guys so much for watching this. I feel like this is like a recap too. Like if you ever want to like recap before going home. So we talk about a lot too. But
yeah, it's true.
2 hours of us chatting. I think our last live show was an hour and a half. So, you know, we doubled the size of books. So it makes sense of it going to 2 hours.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll chat with you next month for Empire Storms and Tower of Dawn.
Yay. Bye.